What is up, everybody? Bronco here with Reach Track View, episode 177, and we are getting up there. And this is the DjV RazoR special, and I am going to be having a couple specials, couple more specials than usual out this weekend, because I have to make up for some stuff. But, so let's get started. This first map is called Auxin, or Auxin, not exactly sure how you pronounce it, but it does have a little terrain in it, as you see here. But it's a majority of a roller coaster, and it's a pretty flat roller coaster. There's not, when I say flat, it doesn't mean like you're just driving on flat ground. What I mean is there's not too much banking, and there's not too many, I guess, exaggerated hills and declines. Yeah, as I said, it's relatively flat, but it's not flat to the, I guess, flat standard. It's kind of hard. It's difficult to explain, but I'm sure you get what I mean. Next map we have Cyclonic, and this is another map similar to the other one. It's a little bit flatter than some of the other roller coasters in Halo Reach. But the thing I really like about this map is it is a collision course. Well, actually, yeah, it is a collision course, but also has several intersections. As you see, I'm coming up to one there, then another one over here, and the person I'm racing with just pushed me off. But there's several intersections that this map is great to race with a lot of people. If you have a lot of people, you're going to be hitting each other left and right, which is really fun. I like hitting people on roller coasters. Just adds a little more to the map, and it's basically, collision courses are like thinking traps. People can think and they can steer towards you and try and wreck you, or they can try and avoid you. So that's what I like about collision courses. And so this is also a pretty compact roller coaster too, so you do have a very good chance of hitting another driver. Right now I'm only racing with one other person, and he's like right behind me, so we never collide. But if you race with maybe 4 people plus, you're gonna get a lot of collisions. Like 16 people or 12, 10 plus people, that would be insane. So I definitely recommend trying that with 10 people. I did that, but not in the video, and it was extremely fun. So I definitely try that. And moving on to the next map. Alright, next map is called Decimate, obviously by DjV RazoR. And this map has a nice kind of jump there in the beginning. I really like how the jump just starts out the track, especially it's just because you don't really expect it. Like usually when you start a track, usually when you start out a roller coaster, you think you're either going to expect, okay, we're either going to have a big uphill leading to a downhill, you're going to have a downhill to get you up to speed, or you're going to have a nice big spiral just to start out the map with a bang. You usually don't have a jump right at the start, and it's not the first map that's had a jump right at the start, obviously, but you know, it is pretty original to have a jump at the start. So I really like that. It caught my attention immediately. Also, I like how you drive through that rock cave. It gives a nice aesthetic feel to the map, as opposed to just kind of driving on a ribbon through the water. Also, I like how he supports the track. It gives it that nice kind of non-inanimate object feel. And I know a roller coaster is an inanimate object, obviously, but I know it just gives it a feeling of like it's not just something that's like made up, I guess. I mean, I know it is made up. It's really difficult to explain. Sometimes it's difficult to explain what I'm thinking, but it just gives it that extra, I guess, idea that it is supported and it's actually a functional thing. So I like that about that. Also, there's there's a collision jump coming up here. You'll see I just drove past the little landing pad, and also this map does have like 5 jumps, I think, which is really nice because everybody loves jumps. I don't think I've ever met anyone that doesn't like jumps. And some of the jumps are more like gap jumps where you don't really get that much air. You just kind of leave the ground for a little bit, like that one right there. But he does have some of them, like this one coming up, where you do get some pretty big air, and this is the collision course jump. You go off that jump and then you land back onto the track. And so this map would probably be the most fun with the most people. I'm definitely looking forward to trying one of those out in maybe a future open lobby. Maybe. Alright, this next track is called Impureity. And this track, the only thing I really noticed about this track that it could use is some more banking. This track has a lot of turns, and the turns aren't very sharp. I mean, as you can see here, they're they're very wide turns, so you don't really have to worry about sliding off. But there are a couple of turns that could use a little bit more banking. I just think if it had a little bit more banking, it would be a little bit more easy to turn. You wouldn't have to worry about sliding off if you had to at all. Also, he has that little kind of lift up right there, that little lift right there with the one-way shields, and that works most of the time. But as you saw in the video, I rolled when I came off of it. So it doesn't work all the time, but it works most of the time. That jump that I just went over works almost all the time. So he did a good job with the consistency on this track. Also, as you can see, it has a little bit of terrain, and the transitions from the terrain to the track are really smooth. There's barely any bump. Another nice jump right there. Overall, I think this is his best map in my opinion. Overall, just all the aspects of the map are really good. He has some great aesthetics, great transitions, great theme, great layout, and everything. So this is definitely my favorite map that he's made. Alright, on to our final track. We have a Lumos, and this map was made with the light mod, obviously, because you start with 2 lights, and this one has like 100 or so. But the nice thing about this track is that it is actually pretty light. You can actually see where you're driving at. There's a couple parts where it's a little dark. As you see up here, I drove off the edge because I couldn't really see where it was going. I thought we were just supposed to go like a jump right there. I don't know what I was thinking, but I kind of drove off. Also, I like it how he has the jumps through the light ring. It kind of gives you that feeling of like jumping through a ring of fire, but you're jumping through a ring of light. So I really liked how he did that. Also, I like how it's not in an enclosed space. You can actually see the aesthetics, or not the aesthetics, but you can actually see Forge World around you. I thought that was really cool too. It just gives you this kind of like out in the starry night sky. I just like the overall feel of the map. It just a really sound map. Nothing wrong with it at all. It also has this nice little rock incline right here, and it's a little bumpy, but you know, you can't make rocks perfectly smooth. I mean, the smoothest rock is on like Tempest or something like that. Tempest, I don't know why they didn't put that, like add that into Forge World, like put a smooth rock. I think that would have made Forge World a lot better instead of having to use the C stacks that are pretty bumpy. But overall, just is a great map. I'm not sure if DjV RazoR has even subscribed to me. I've never talked to him. Well, actually, I talked to him recently, I think, but only for like a minute or so until he left the party. So if you know DJ, tell him to come subscribe to my channel, because his maps are always welcome here, because he's an amazing forger. So good job, DJ. Please like and favorite the video if you enjoyed it, and be expecting more videos from me shortly.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete.